Hi Gemini, I'm Pam and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for July 2015. Happy 4th of July to my USA friends out there. This month I've decided to use the same tarot deck I used in the mid-month update of June, the Aquarian Tarot by David Palladini. And at the end of this reading, I am going to use a crystal that I've been using for many years in my private readings. I'm going to be getting messages for you at the end of this reading with this crystal. So this month I decided, Gemini, I'm going to shuffle the cards in front of you so we're both seeing the same cards at the same time of what comes up for you for this month of July. So Gemini, what's going to come up for Gemini? Gemini for July. Gemini for the month of July. The first card that shows up here today for you in this Psychic Tarot reading for July 2015, Gemini, you have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, to me, this would symbolize a water sign female. This would either be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. That could be their sun sign, their rising sign, or their moon sign. This could also indicate somebody that has the personality traits right now of the Queen of Cups. She could also be, it could be a male card here. We just have to see what comes up. I hear that some of you Geminis may have been feeling a little sorry for yourselves lately. I feel some of you have a new boss in town or where you are working, and that they're grinding you into the ground. Like they're putting too much on you or they're working you too hard, Gemini. And you're going to find out that a new person is going to be coming in, and they're saying through training. So I don't know what exactly they mean by that. I do feel that some of you are going to be working on a project or plan that's going to get you out of there. So, and you could be dealing with talking to the government or government agencies in some way. That could be connected to do with the work that you're doing that's going to get you out of there. You could also be, I don't want to be confusing about this. Some of you, I feel like you're trying to get out of your job. But some of you, I feel like getting you out of the office or getting you out of your normal routine, you're going to be dealing with something that gets you out of there so you're not always where you normally would work and be under the watchful eyes of who's normally watching you and around you. I do feel that's a possibility for some of you Geminis. If there's any of you that has a family member that's suffering from cancer of some kind, that they could be being represented here also through the Queen of Cups. You may find out there's more to it than that. So like if you know this person already has cancer, you may find out that it's expanded, you know, branched off into other areas, or that there's more things wrong with the person that has the cancer than what was originally thought. I don't like to be the bearer of bad tidings here. I don't, but it is coming up here. Now, keep in mind, you know, as I said, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to all of you Geminis. This is only going to apply to some of you. And if you find that this reading isn't making sense for you this month, please, I encourage you to look at your rising sign or your moon sign, because some of these messages aren't going to make sense to all of you Geminis. I do feel that when you find this information out that you're going to want to go in and lend a helping hand. So I feel you're going to find this out and then want to be of assistance in some way. You could want to help out financially. Some of you may be wanting to help out like with the care that's happening, or what's needed, any kind of, supplies that need to be purchased, like if somebody needs like a medical bed or a special type of chair, or anything special that would ease and comfort the person that has this illness in your life. I feel it's somebody important to you. This could be your mother. For some of you, it could be your mother. For some of you, it could be your sister. This card is not coming up to me as it's a male figure, because I'm hearing like breast cancer could be although men can get that too. But I heard that breast cancer could be a possibility with this Queen of Cups. So I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sorry to give you a message there like that. So for some of you, it has to do with your boss and your work, and getting out of there and talking to the government or dealing with government projects. That's for some of you. For some of you, this is about an illness in your family for somebody that has cancer, and that now there's more issues beyond that. That's what I'm picking up here with the Queen of Cups. Now, the next card in your layout here, Gemini, today for July 2015, you have the Ten of Rods. And another sign got this here. I believe Leo's got this as well. And the Ten of Rods is a card that symbolizes moving on to better horizons, journeying on to better times and better horizons, but you're carrying these 10 rods of burden on your shoulder. And the 10 rods of burden actually symbolize knowledge and experience, so it's going to assist you and help you and aid you as you move on to these new and better horizons. It's actually a positive thing that it's there. I feel some of you Geminis are going to be reeling in your head and emotionally from some news that you got. And for some of you, this news is going to be about this mother or sister, or, could be a sister-in-law or someone you care about, an aunt in your family that has these cancer or health issues. I feel some of you are also going to make a decision to change your job or change your living location. I feel some of you want to be near your family. So if you have the ability to move or change your job to that area, if you're a working Gemini, I feel you're going to move closer to your family. That's coming up here. I'm seeing some of you Geminis parting ways with some old friends. And I feel some of you are going to be a little sad and kind of wish you didn't have to do it. I do feel that some of you Geminis may have been feeling quite stuck where you were anyway. So even though I don't feel like you're all gung-ho about moving, some of you don't want to, I feel some of you are going to look at this as an opportunity for you to become unstuck as well, because I feel some of you have been in a stalled or standstill kind of position, and this is maybe the universe has actually done some of these things. I'm not saying that's why they caused the person to get ill, but some of these things are necessary for like all the people around the situation. And in your case, I feel it's to get you to move closer to your family, to get you back to where you're supposed to be. Or even if it's only temporarily, you may take a leave of absence and go there, but it's like something that you feel like you need to do and you have to do. So I kind of feel like I'm reading one or two people out there, so it's a little weird when that kind of thing comes up, but that's what I'm feeling like when I look at these cards. I feel some of you are going to be stabilizing your forces and buckling down and battening down the hatches. So for those of you that are going to move, I feel like you're either going to sublet your house out, you're going to lease it out to somebody else, or sublet your apartment, or some of you are just going to be securing it and closing it up, like getting somebody in place to watch it for you while you're not there. That could also be that. Some of you are going to be doing some kind of transition or going through a transitional phase about a job change comes up here. You may be getting some assistance from your local or state government to help assist you in some way. And I'm also picking up some of you are going to be getting letters of recommendation or references that are going to come from people that could be in political office or in high places that are going to help you in this, whatever it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to get a new job, you're going to use it for that. If you're a non-working Gemini, maybe you're going to be getting some kind of assistance or help that's going to come to you that's going to help you for something you're trying to do with your property or your land, or some changes, like maybe you want variances changed at your property, or you want to be able to, say if you live in a residential area but you want to have licenses where you can work out of your home with, or have some kind of shop or business like a auto body place on your property, or do some kind of business or operation out of your house. Like, maybe you want to be a tax accountant or some kind of legal advice, and you need to get some kind of permission or variance or, license to be able to operate your business out of your home. So for some of you, it's going to be that kind of dealing with the government, or some changes you want to make to your property. Maybe you want to raise your property or go up, like put a dormer on your home or build an addition, and you have to deal with maybe it's just not legal in your town and you're like, I'm going to get this passed so I can do it. So it all depends on which Gemini you are. Now, the card that is crowning your reading here today, Gemini, you have another person card. You have quite a bunch of people cards here. I don't know that the other signs got that as much as you have. You have it the most. You have Knight of Swords here, crowning your reading. And Knight of Swords to me is a card that symbolizes an air sign person. Now, this could be you, Gemini, because this would symbolize a Gemini, an Aquarius, or a Libra. That could be their sun sign, their rising sign, or their moon sign, or they have the personality traits of the Knight of Swords right now. But this very well could be you, whether you're a male or a female, it could apply. And the Knight of Swords is somebody that's got a keen mind. They're usually very good at problem solving and puzzle solving. They're a great person to have on your team in business because they can really get to the heart of the matter and are good analytical people, good analyzers, and like they make great private detectives or detectives. They're good with sorting out information. But on the negative side of the Knight of Swords, they could be prone to telling lies, and they could also be prone to being too bold and too forceful with their opinions and words. And sometimes they can be scattered with their thinking. They can scatter their thinking and get confused. So let me hear why the Knight of Swords is here for you, Gemini. I hear you really have to stop berating yourself. Some of you Geminis are like, you're like mad at yourselves or you're berating yourselves about stuff. I feel like you're being entirely too hard on yourselves. The next 10 months are key for you because I feel that in that time period, your life is going to be riddled with new starts. So I don't feel like you Geminis are just going to have one new start. I feel like it's like a plethora of new starts. How do you like that word I threw in there for you? You're going to be making some decisions that are going to be impacting your future forever. I feel like you're coming into some really big transformational time. Like a lot of things are going to be turning. Your world, Gemini, is now turning. I feel like you may have been dealing with some arrogant people that have really kind of spoiled your fun. And I feel that many of you Geminis are going to be done with dealing with them. Anybody that has been arrogant and a problem to you or really spoiled your fun, whether it be at work or at, a friend or anybody that fits into, I feel you're going to be like, you know what? You're like you're raining on my parade. You're a spoil sport. So see ya. I feel like some of you Geminis are going to be doing that. I feel like cost control comes up on the table for some of you for some reason. And I do feel like you're going to be putting budgets in place on your own money and finances, or on that could be a work related issue, or budgeting for your family, budgeting at your job. But those are the words that came up here. I do feel somebody's going to give you a job offer, because I see somebody's really going to see you and see your true potential. And I do feel like they're going to be making some kind of offer to you. So I feel like you're going to be happy about that. And for some of you Geminis, I don't feel it's going to be just one offer. I feel like you may be choosing between two. So that is the reasons. I do feel, honestly, this card was mainly about you. Even though somebody come up and spoiling your fun and you being done with them, I still feel you are this Knight of Swords. So you wanted to show up in your reading today, Gemini, for July. And now the next card you have in the tarot cards is the Four of Swords. You have Four of Swords here, which is a card to me that symbolizes this is a pause, a meditative state. It could be, it's like a resting phase. It could be recuperation from some kind of illness. I hear, Gemini, you're tired of beating a dead horse, and that you don't want to keep doing things the same way anymore. I get like you're kind of sick of some routines or some patterns in your life, and you're tired of it. You want some change to happen. I feel that you've been feeling like a ship adrift without a charted course to go on. Kind of like you're drifting around aimlessly a little bit. Not your whole entire life, I'm not saying that, but there could be some portions of your life you're feeling like, I don't know what direction I'm going in. I'm kind of lost at sea here right now. February marks the biggest time of change for you. I hear between now and then you're going to be making some definitive, very pointed, marked decisions on what's going to happen, but February is significant. I hear you Geminis are going to be telling it like it is, and if people don't like it, you're not going to be too worried about it. I feel like now it's time to tell it like it is, and I do feel that you are going to be doing just that. I feel that you want to be taken seriously, and you may be feeling like people haven't really been doing that the way you feel that they should, Gemini. I feel any of you Geminis that are going to ask for financial aid and assistance of some way, a grant, a loan, financial assistance from the government, whatever it is, I do feel that you are going to get it. I do see you getting money. Some of you are going to do this because of some course of study that you want. I do see for some of you it's to do with that. I do feel it comes up again. Some of you Geminis are really going to be pulling up your roots and moving, and I do feel some of you feel quite unsettled about it, but I feel that it's really going to pan out to be a positive thing for you in the long run. You may not be feeling that in the short run, because I feel some of you really resisting this, or feeling confused by it, or feeling like you're not sure that you're making the right decision, and not liking to pull up your roots. They keep showing me a plant with all these roots, and like you're getting pulled, your roots are getting pulled out here, and you're moving on, but this is going to actually benefit you. I do feel that you're going to be offered a spellbinding contract or deal, which, as I've said before, people do question me when my guides say that. There is one of my guides that does like that phrase, spellbinding contract. They like to use it. And to me, that means it's positive. It's a positive thing, like spellbinding, like wow, like awesome. So I feel some of you are going to be getting a really interesting and beneficial and spellbinding contract that's going to give you some more wind in your sails, some more oomph to do this change and move that I feel that you have to do. So Now, the last card you have of the tarot portion of the reading today, Gemini, it's another people card. You have the Queen of Swords. So, this happened in the Libra video. But in the Libra video, it was fire sign people coming up. You have two, it's like the male Geminis wanted to be represented and the females wanted to be, but I don't know whether this is you or not. I have to listen, but this would be either a Gemini, an Aquarius, or a Libra. That would be their sun sign, their rising sign, or their moon sign, or that could be just they're having the personality traits of the Queen of Swords right now. And the Queen of Swords is somebody to me that is very good in business. She's a good communicator. She can be very psychic. She can be intuitive. She can see things into the future. She's good at analyzing, dissecting, pulling things apart. She can be very good at solving puzzles. She'd also make a great detective. If she's operating from the negative, a lot of times she's misunderstood too. I don't always remember to say that, but a lot of people have some misconceptions and are often misunderstand the Queens of Swords and where they're coming from and how their head is working about stuff. So I just want to add that because I don't think I say that often, and I really should. Now, if she's operating from the negative side of the Queen of Swords, she could be too bossy, too belligerent. She could be untruthful. Truth is usually an issue with these swords signs. They're either wanting to get to the bottom of the truth or they are not truthful. Sometimes they can be really brutally frank is another trait of the Queen of Swords. And some people don't like that brutally frank side. It can, rub some people the wrong way. I do feel like it's time for you to slow down and think about yourself for a change. I hear that many of you Geminis are always running around trying to take care of things and do things to help everybody else and make things better for them. But I'm hearing it's now time to put some focus on taking care of you and what makes you feel good and feeding your own soul and your own soul's needs. Some of you are going to relinquish control and give some things up, which can often be difficult for the air signs. I hear you have a wonderful mind and body, and you have to put it to good use. And they're saying you're going to take yourself off the shelf and dust yourself off. So I'm not sure what they mean by that, but I feel like it means get yourself out into circulation. So if you've been somebody that has been, divorced and you've been single for a while, or if you've just been single for a while, or you're a widow or, a widower and you're not getting yourself back into the game, I feel it's now time to start thinking about that, Gemini. You are going to be, some of you Geminis are really going to be presented with some kind of really awesome deal or contract that's coming up here. I do feel that some of you are going to be making these decisions very quickly when this time comes up, because I don't feel you have the time to dither around. It's not like I feel like you're going to have time to mull this over for a really long time. I feel like you may have to make this decision in 5. I'm getting 5 days, 5 weeks tops, but I even think that's pushing it. I feel like in a short period of time, you have to make this decision. Like you have to do it or just, walk away from it. And I don't feel like you're going to walk away from it because of other things that are going on around you. I feel that for some of you, you're going to come to the realization, like, I want to be certain. I want things to be certain. And you're going to realize that not everything is certain. And that some of you have to take a risk, take a chance, take a step, take a leap, take some kind of uncomfortable feeling of like, is this going to work out or not? And just bite the bullet and do it. You're just going to have to come to that conclusion because in life there are just no guarantees and no certainties all the time. And that's what's coming up here with the Queen of Swords. So now I want to look into the crystal for you for the end of this reading. I hear you now are going to be making a move and a change, and you're going to have like a weird feeling like, oh, is everything toppling all over on top of me? But it's going to be to your benefit. And I hear many of you have been going around and round in circles too much in your mind, and now it's got to stop. I feel you're going to find that for some of you, family comes first right now. You may have put them in the back burner or pushed them to the back, had them take a back seat in your life. But I feel like you're not going to be doing that right now. You're going to be putting family is going to start to come first. I do feel that some of you are going to get a great idea that's going to drop into your head like some kind of form of inspiration, and you're going to create it or work with it and run with it. You're going to do something with it. Some of you, it's going to be a new business idea or a new product idea. You may even be linking it to a website, like designing a website around this project plan or idea, because I am seeing a computer screen, and I feel like you're making your own website or getting somebody to make it for you, but it's going to be involved in this new direction or plan or idea. You know, for some of you, I feel like your boss, your big boss, if you work, if you're in the working world, is a little threatened by you. Threatened by you, or threatened by your knowledge, or threatened by your success in some way. And I feel like you can sense that, and you're kind of getting sick of that too. Some of you Geminis are going to be getting a new pet. I see some of you getting a new animal, a new dog or a bird, or so whatever kind of animal you like. I see some of you are getting a new pet. And if any of you are interested in running, I know this sounds like a weird message. I feel like you're going to take up jogging or running. You may start running in marathons, or you may, if you, have never ran in the past for exercise or workout, I feel you may start taking jogging or running. And if you get a dog, a new dog, you may actually start jogging or running with your dog. And I hear that some of you Geminis are going to be training yourself. And this could be with education of the mind, but it could also be training yourself, like training, physical training for something. Because I do feel some of you Geminis are going to start getting really interested in physical activity of all kinds. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I certainly hope it made sense. And I want to say thank you so much for watching and sharing and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do appreciate that. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, because that way you're going to get notified whenever I post any new videos, mid-month updates, or any new monthly videos, or any other videos I may be posting in the future. Also, please stay tuned to my website that you see posted here somewhere, because there will be some upcoming changes and things that I will be offering or changing on my website in the course of the next 1, 2, or 3 months, depending on how fast I can get to it. And also, please be sure to follow me on Facebook, because I do post things there daily you're not going to be able to see here. And to follow me on Twitter, because I do post there occasionally. And I hope that you have an absolutely amazing month of July, Gemini. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.